Hi guys, this is Mike from Pro Market Traders. In this tutorial I will continue my overview of the ProRealTime platform by giving you an overview of the chart window and some of the options associated with it. We start by closing down everything except the large chart window, which is going to be the focus of this tutorial. The chart looks pretty packed by default, so we're going to simplify things by closing down everything that we don't need right now. We start by closing down two indicators, the relative strength index and MACD. Next, we're going to right click on the two wiggly lines and choose delete moving average. Lastly, we're going to close down the oblique support and resistance lines by clicking here. Now we're left with a basic vanilla chart consisting of candlesticks. In the top left corner we have an abbreviation of the assets or instrument we're looking at. If you don't know the abbreviation, you have the asset name spelled out here. SPTRD is an abbreviation for the US 500 cash. This is the CDF that tracks S&P 500. If we click on the abbreviation, we can access assets or instrument that we have previously opened. Or we can search for something else in the search window. Just type in, for example, Facebook. Just click on the first one and the price chart for Facebook will appear. If you click on the information sign, it will give you information about the asset in question, such as the currency it's priced in, trading hours, point to tick size and the value. Here we can see that S&P 500 is priced in dollars, traded the entire day, and we can see that each point of this market is worth $1. That is, if you're long one contract and the value of the market increased by 1 point, we will gain $1. Next to the information sign, we have the current point value and the percentage change in value since the previous trading day. Here we can change the time frame of the chart. If we choose daily, each candle represents 1 day. We can see further back in time by increasing the number of candlesticks displayed in the chart. If we have 10,000 daily candlesticks displayed, we can see all the way back to 1979. As you can see in the chart, it is easy to spot the bursting of the dot-com bubble, the 2007 global financial crisis, the Black Monday in 1987, where the market dropped by more than 22%. The largest one-day percentage decline in stock market history. Next up is the indicator and trading options. Click on it and you will have access to over 100 indicators. The most common ones are already pre-selected for you, as you can tell by the golden star next to them. If you want to add another indicator to the list of your favorites, just click on the golden star and you will find it in the top of the list. I will go through some of the most popular indicators in a separate tutorial. If you would like to add an indicator to your chart, just double click on the name and it will appear under the chart. You can change the size like this. You will also get a pop-up window where you can change settings for the chosen indicators. When you're done, just click close. Moving on. Clicking on the wrench icon brings out the price settings. This is the same window we get if we right click and choose price settings. Here you can see that we have moving average 20 and moving average 50 displayed in the chart, and if we want, we can add color zone by clicking here. To remove the color zone, we just highlight it in the list and click delete. Here we can change the color of the candlesticks. I actually use black and white candlesticks when I trade, but that's just my preference. We can also change the candlesticks to, for example, Heikin-Ashi or Renko. I'll go through the pros and cons of this in a separate tutorial. Down in the left corner we have share, which gives you the option to save the chart, mail it, post it on Facebook, etc. Next to it we have a link option. This allows you to connect the charts to each other. I will demonstrate this by opening a new chart. If we look at the link icon, we can see that it looks like a complete chain. This means that the charts are linked. If not, the link looks broken like this. If I change the chart to say Facebook, you can see that both charts changes. Now I remove the linkage and change one of the charts back to S&P 500. Notice that just one of the charts changes. On the right side we have chart settings which allow us to change colors, use grids, etc. If you want the same settings to apply to all charts, just click apply to all charts. This button just resets the zoom, the other two allows you to zoom in and out. In the top of the screen we have some tools and drawing options. Zoom works like this. The little bell creates an alert. Just click on the chart where we want it, and we will get this pop-up window. Here we can add conditions and choose the exact price point. If you write something in the comment section, you will receive that message when the alert is triggered. You can also add an associated buy or sell order from this window. When you're done, just press Create Alert. Next, we have the measuring tool that allows you to easily measure how many pips or points something has changed over a specific time period. Just click on the measuring tool and click on the spot you want to measure from, and then click on the spot you want to measure to. Now you can see how many pips or points the difference is between these 2 points, as well as the time it took to move that distance. The rest is different drawing options. To be honest, I almost only use the straight line, and sometimes the buy and sell arrows, if, for example, I want to remember something that happened at a certain place in the chart. The last 2 are horizontal and oblique support and resistance lines. I will go through support and resistance in future tutorials, so I will leave them off for the time being. The last menu that we will go through is the option menu. Just open the platform options and read through the options if there is something you want to change. Next, we have the template options. Here I do have some recommendation in general. I would recommend you to remove flickering. I will demonstrate exactly what happens when you do this. If I bring out the list window, you can see that there is constant flickering as the price change. I found this quite disturbing, but if I go back to the option menu, click no flickering, I will remove the flickering from the list window as well as all the other windows in ProRealTime. The second tab is for fonts and the third tab is for colors. You can test the different predefined templates, and if you're not happy with them, you can just click reset to default to return to the original one. The last tab is the main window. Here you can add, remove things displayed in the main window by checking and unchecking the boxes next to it. I usually remove the stuff I don't use, but it's of course up to you. Lastly, I will just mention that you can save everything you have done, for example the different windows you have opened, any color schemes, indicators, etc. by pressing Ctrl S, or use the file menu and save my templates. You can also save different versions if you, for example, have different setups for different markets. You can easily change between them here as well. If you like this tutorial, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. In the next tutorial, I will go through how to open your first trade.